Episode 6, The Princess and the Queen. A decade of division, 10 years pass. Rhaenyra has 3 sons, Jacaerys, Lucerys, and Joffrey. But none of them look like Laenor Velaryon. They all bear the unmistakable features of Sir Harwin Strong. The court knows, or suspects, and Alicent is done pretending not to notice. The rivalry between their children mirrors the rivalry between the mothers, played out in dragon training yards and council chambers. Rhaenyra offers peace. Let our children marry each other. Bind the families together. Alicent refuses. The same year, a fire kills Lord Lionel Strong and his son Harwin. The man responsible, Larys Strong, did it to please Alicent, who never asked him to. Not in words. In Pentos, Laena Velaryon faces an impossible labor. Rather than die on a bed, she walks to her dragon, Vhagar, the greatest in the world, and commands it to burn her. She dies as a dragon rider, on her own terms. Episode 7, Driftmark Midnight Battles. Laena's funeral brings every branch of the family to Driftmark. It is the first time in years they have all been in the same place. Old wounds don't close at funerals. They open. That night, Daemon and Rhaenyra find each other again. After years apart, the pull between them has not faded, and in the dark, young Aemond Targaryen makes his move. He has no dragon of his own, but Vhagar, Laena's dragon, the largest in the world, is now unclaimed. He takes her. It does not go uncontested. Laena's daughters and Rhaenyra's sons confront him. The fight turns vicious, and when it ends, Lucerys has driven a blade through Aemond's eye. Aemond loses an eye, and gains the most powerful dragon alive. Before the king, Alicent demands justice. Rhaenyra's son must lose an eye in return. When Viserys refuses, she picks up a dagger and goes for Rhaenyra herself. The wound she leaves on Rhaenyra's arm is small. The wound it leaves on their relationship is permanent. Rhaenyra understands now. She cannot stay unprotected. She needs Daemon beside her. Laenor is quietly helped to disappear. The world believes him dead, and Rhaenyra and Daemon are wed in the old Valyrian way, on the shores of Driftmark. Episode 8, The Lord of the Tides. A king's farewell. 6 more years. Viserys is dying. His body has been consumed by illness, a creeping decay that has taken his fingers, his face, his ability to walk without help. He survives on milk of the poppy and sheer stubbornness. When a dispute over the succession of Driftmark brings the family back to King's Landing, Viserys does something no one expects. He gets up, slow, reverent. He puts on his crown. He walks, step by agonizing step, to the Iron Throne, and he sits. The room goes silent. Lords who had written him off as already dead watch a ghost assert his will one final time. He confirms Lucerys's claim. When Vaemond Velaryon calls Rhaenyra's children bastards to his face, Daemon's blade takes his head. That evening, Viserys hosts a family dinner. Perhaps the last one. Perhaps the only real one. Rhaenyra and Alicent raise their cups to each other. Something old and broken flickers back to life, just for a moment. That night Viserys dies, and in his final, drifting moments, barely conscious, unable to distinguish one face from another, he whispers to Alicent about the prophecy, about Aegon, about the dream. He thinks he is talking to Rhaenyra. Alicent thinks he is naming her son as his successor. One misheard whisper, and a kingdom burns. Episode 9, The Green Council, the machinery of a coup. The king's death is discovered at dawn, and it is immediately buried. No announcement, no bells. The news is locked behind closed doors while Otto Hightower moves his pieces into place. The Green Council assembles. The plan is simple. Aegon takes the throne before Rhaenyra even knows her father is dead. The one lord who objects, Lord Beesbury, is dead before he finishes his sentence. Rhaenyra's supporters in the city are arrested or warned into silence. Aegon himself, the man they're doing all of this for, has to be hunted down. He doesn't want the throne. He's hiding somewhere in the city, trying to disappear. But no one asks what Aegon wants. That is not how dynasties work. He is found, he is dressed, he is crowned at the Dragon Pit, before the thousands of cheering citizens who have no idea what they're celebrating. And then the floor explodes. Princess Rhaenys, the queen who never was, bursts through the stone on her dragon melees. She could end it all right there. Burn the greens where they stand. She doesn't. She is not willing to be the one who starts the war. She flies to Dragonstone instead, to warn Rhaenyra. Episode 10, The Black Queen. The first casualty of war, Rhaenys lands at Dragonstone. She delivers her news. Viserys is dead. Aegon sits the throne. The realm has been stolen. The shock sends Rhaenyra into labor. The child she delivers is stillborn. Daemon wants war. Immediately. Dragons in the sky over King's Landing by morning. Rhaenyra remembers what her father wanted. A realm kept whole. A family not torn apart. She tries to hold the line. Otto Hightower arrives with Alicent's terms. Rhaenyra calls them what they are. A trap. A delay. A slow surrender dressed up as peace. She sends her sons as envoys. Jacaerys north, to the Vale, to Winterfell, Lucerys south, to Storm's End. Lucerys arrives at Storm's End to find Lord Boros Baratheon has already chosen his side. Aemond is there, waiting. Boros has no interest in loyalty freely given. He's already made a better deal. Lucerys turns to leave. He has delivered his message. He is done. Aemond follows him into the storm. He means only to frighten the boy, to humiliate him, not to kill. But dragons are not always obedient. Young Arax, panicked, breathes fire at Vhagar. And Vhagar does not accept apologies. In a single moment, one breath, one strike, Arax and Lucerys are gone. Daemon tells Rhaenyra what happened. She doesn't scream, she doesn't cry. Not yet. She turns away from the window. And when she turns back, something in her eyes has changed forever. The woman who wanted peace is gone. The dance of the dragons has begun. Outro House of the Dragon's first season is not a story about good versus evil. It is a story about how good intentions, misunderstandings, and the weight of tradition can destroy everything worth protecting. Viserys spent his reign trying to hold two worlds together. And the moment he closed his eyes, they fell apart. A whisper in the dark, a misheard word, and a mother who has just lost her son. Season 2 picks up exactly where that grief ends, and where the fire begins. If you want a full breakdown of every battle, every betrayal, and every dragon, make sure you're subscribed, because we're just getting started. See you in the next one.